Got a lot of living to do before I die, and I ain't got time to waste. I'm tryna chase a bag every day that I'm alive. Just let me know the time and place, and let's get it, nigga. New women, old ways, never white old days, and they going both ways. Hot nights, cold days, I ain't fucking no strings.
Welcome to Under Review, the podcast where we tell it like it is. We keep it real, we keep it raw, we keep it authentic.
As you should.
My co-host is actually, well, Jeremy, my original co-host, is actually out of town. Womp, womp. But I have the pleasure of being here with
Eddie.
No, I need more energy than that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Eddie.
What's up, Eddie?
I'm good tonight.
I feel so weird calling you that.
I mean, you can call me Ed.
Okay, that's what I like to do. That's what I like
good.
to do. We are
all
here.
good.
It's week 2.
Yes, ma'am.
Today's a wacky Wednesday.
Yes.
A lot of crazy stuff going on, people. Like audio not working, lost phones, all types of craziness. But we're here. We're gonna talk about it. Sunday. A lot of things. Even though it's only week 2.
Yeah.
There's some teams that I feel are not it.
At all, huh?
Not at all. Maybe it's too soon to jump out of the window.
Maybe.
Overreact.
Yeah. About 17 weeks. We're in week 2 of 17.
Yeah, some teams, like, this is their preseason.
Yeah, you would say that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, get some reps in during the regular preseason game
yeah,
because y'all looking a little ashy.
Yeah. That's
Little
true.
ashy.
That's true. I guess they treat it like,
Like
NBA.
the Bengals.
Oh, not the Bengals. Now we
Like
drop
the
the
Bengals.
names. Now we
Yes,
drop
like
the
the
names
Bengals.
of teams.
Yeah. Those are my guys. I had them last year, was rooting for them. Going
They went
hard,
far, though.
Going home.
Yeah.
I felt like they had that it last year.
They kind of did.
Like I said, too early, jump out the window. But that O-line still looks terrible.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
not good.
Joe Burrow's getting sacked a lot.
Too much.
I don't know what to say. I mean, it's kind of interesting. I find it interesting because
First of all, why are you talking with this sexy voice?
what sexy voice?
What's going on here?
I don't know what sexy voice you speak of, my dear. But yeah, I mean, I look at Cincinnati. I see that they're, I don't want to use the word one-dimensional, but I feel like a lot of teams have caught on to what they were doing last year. Not Joe Burrow. What is this young man's name again? The receiver, number 1. Ooh.
Yeah.
I forgot his
Chase?
name. Chase, yeah.
Yeah, Jamar Chase. Better put some respect on that young man's name.
I apologize, Jamar. That man, he I don't want to say he's one-dimensional, but they're going to probably have to use him a lot differently or use him in different situations rather than just like 9 routes where he just goes out and he stacks over the cornerbacks and stuff. Like they're going to need to do more than that. Because, I mean, when you have 81 receptions with 1,400 yards, you're going down the field. You're not going inside the field a lot. You know what I mean? So they would probably have to utilize him a little differently than how they utilized him last year.
Listen, Bengals first team since I believe the Seahawks to go 0-2 after winning the Super Bowl.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I think that was 2015 season for the Seahawks.
Oh,
yes.
And they lost against, okay.
Yes, and Joe Burrow has been sacked 13 times this season.
Really? In 2 games?
Yeah. Yeah. No bueno, no bueno.
Not at all.
Averaging 32 sacks a season. That is not good.
Christmas.
But let's switch gears.
Okay.
Bills, Titans.
Yes.
Baby boy. The Bills look absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
They look like
Oh, yeah.
the best team in the AFC.
Yeah.
Hands down. They're not perfect.
Yeah.
They're not perfect. They have some, to me, a little weakness on corner. But I feel Von Miller got that Von Miller effect. Like the defense is playing lights out. And I'm just nitpicking on the Bills. There's really nothing wrong with them, right? White should be coming back sometime this season.
I was just about to say Tre'Davious White is out. Yeah.
And he is nice with it. To me, the Bills don't run the ball. Do they really need to run the ball? They run it, but they don't run. You got Singletary, you have Zach Moss, and you have one other person. Singletary is the person that is the power, like the guy that I would hone in on, but he's splitting reps with
with Moss.
Yes.
Okay.
But do they need to run the ball the way they kicking ass lately?
I would assume they would need to at a point in time because there are some teams who will give them a challenge and they're going to need to run out the clock and they're going to need running backs for that. So it would be in their best interest to continue to use their running backs the way they're using them, even if they kick an ass. It don't make no difference.
The Bills get better every year.
They have been, yes. They have been.
My God, Stephon Diggs.
Uh-huh.
I've read recently that he went from 190 to 210. And that small adjustment makes a difference because
Look at that.
if you see the way he plays now, he's always been a beast. Mm-hmm. But he is just like not afraid of contact.
More physical.
More physical.
That's great. I didn't know he was 210.
Yeah, baby. What come on. Did you watch the game?
Yeah, I mean, he was playing like he was 210. I got to give him that.
Did you watch the game?
I got to give him that. I mean, the Bills have, like you said, the Bills have been getting better, every year since Tom Brady left.
well, as a Patriots fan.
Yes, ma'am. You don't have to throw that in there.
No, as a Patriots fan, year one, when I saw Josh Allen, he wasn't good at the time, but he had flashes in the game, and I was like, shit, he might be all right.
Really?
And then the year after that, he got better, but that year was a little shaky. But he wasn't sting. I think quarterbacks, we get spoiled with some quarterbacks like the Cam Newtons and stuff, or Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert, who come out the gate blazing, and then they continue to progress. But some quarterbacks need like 3 years or so. Okay, two or three. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
To get right. And
he's one of them.
And he is right.
They've invested in him, and it was worth the investment. They got their quarterback of the future. They signed him to like a 5-year deal, which he deserved. And he's going to be there for some time. Hopefully, I don't want to say dominating the AFC West, but he's
It's looking like it, though.
But he might, he's going to give whoever else is going to challenge the Bills a run for their money. Like either Miami or whoever. He's going to give them.
You had to bring Miami up? They looking all right, though. But we're going to talk about that.
My bad. I apologize.
All right. Diggs is having his way with the secondaries. We know that. 20 receptions, 270 yards, 4 touchdowns in 2 games. The Tennessee Titans were the number 1 seed in the AFC last year,
yeah,
right?
AFC South, yes.
But let's be frank here. I think Mike Vrabel has an issue. They were last year, which is crazy. Last year was a little funky, right?
Yeah.
We're going to talk about them, too, because they've been missing. But, oh, my gosh, where I was going with this. Right. Mike Vrabel is a great coach, but I think his team has way too many deficits to kind of overcome. The way I see the Titans is sort of like rebuilding. I know it's early on in the season. For the past 2 seasons, I've been calling them hot or not.
Hot or not, yes.
Pretenders, not contenders. Like, that's just me, you know what I'm saying? But they just have too much to battle. So I look at it as a rebuilding year. They're not the same team from last year, the year before that. So to me, the Bills got an easy one, and I may be wrong, but that's how I look at it.
I mean, I don't think you're too far off, in my personal opinion, either, because there are certain players that they just let walk. One is Ryan Logan. I mean, he was pretty good.
He's a good corner,
and he claimed they didn't even want to resign him.
He played well on the Giants when he was there for a little bit. He played well decent Titans. He played good enough on the Patriots, and now he is with Tom Terrific.
He's in Timber.
On that Bucs defense.
Listen. They knew what they was getting.
I don't know why you let go of A.J. Brown.
That's another one. Oh my gosh, I forgot A.J. Brown got traded to Philly. I forgot he got traded to Philly. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what Tennessee is doing. I guess they feel like they could just continue to play the run game predominantly. And
Derrick Henry is a beast.
Yes, but he got hurt last year.
Right, and then obviously when he ran over 100 yards, right, 100 yards plus, obviously they won, they kicked ass, all that other stuff. Yes, he got hurt last year. The run game helps to open up the offense, spread the ball out. But who you got to spread? I don't even know the receivers on that team. Can somebody help me?
I know they got a rookie named Trey Burke.
Okay.
They drafted, their first round draft pick was Trey Burke.
Hi, Trey Burke. Who else?
And
Bumbleclaw. Who they got?
I don't know who else they have.
I honestly can't think of anybody off the top of my head. I know Julio Jones is not the same Julio from back in the day, but I don't think Mike Vrabel wanted him there to begin with. Okay.
Robert Woods.
Oh, they have Robert Woods, but Robert Woods, maybe he did leave the Rams to go there, but he hasn't been the same. He did get hurt last year, so maybe it'll take some time. Maybe. I'm being optimistic. Ryan Tannehill's time, I believe, is definitely going to be up after this season. Malik Willis did not have a good debut, but y'all was getting your ass kicked anyway, so whatever. But I do like him.
Yeah, Ryan Tannehill, he was
done up.
He was okay. I remember when he was in Tampa. I apologize. When he was in Miami, he didn't even know who was in the AFC East. Like, a reporter asked him, so who do you think is going to do good in the AFC East this year? He's like, I'll be honest with you, I don't know who's in the AFC East. The reporter was like, you.
Maybe he was nervous.
Dolphins. No,
Maybe
he was not
nervous.
nervous. There was not a nervous moment. He explained himself. I just play football. Bruh. So you trying to tell me your coach don't try to tell you guys, let's win our division first before we win the conference, and you don't know who's in your...
On that note, he was 11-20.
Okay.
Took 2 sacks, threw 2 picks.
Mm-hmm.
That's not good. That was in a pass.
Yeah. Who you say? Malik Willis? That's the young man from Liberty?
That's the backup. He was one of the best QBs in the draft last year, and that draft wasn't like very much like QB heavy.
Yes.
But I like him. Athletic, has a good arm.
By the end of this season,
we'll see.
He'll get more reps.
Oh, we're not even gonna wait till next year. Ryan Tannehill.
By the end of this season, he'll get more reps. I don't know what contract they signed with Tannehill, to be honest with you. That actually
do we really care? Because he not it.
Yes, but if he's, let's say, in the beginning of his extension,
right,
he still has guaranteed money. And they're going to be sitting him while he's getting guaranteed money. That does, make
play a factor.
I feel that does play a factor.
Well, we shall see. I know Jeremy goes hard for the Tigers. Oh, they grounded and pounded. I don't want to hear none of that. Yeah. Okay? We'll see what happens.
They're cool.
A team I had coming out the NFC East is doing really well. People can say what they want.
Who?
The Eagles.
Oh, you had the Eagles?
I had the Eagles coming out the NFC East because Dak Prescott, the Cowboys, like, let's be for real here. Yeah. Outside of their history, but, like, I don't trust Dak's weapons to, like, be complementary pieces to him. I know they're splitting reps between rounds. It's just, the Cowboys are just the Cowboys. Commanders are, I don't trust Carson Wentz.
Yeah, you never trust Carson.
What happened to their defense that was so dominant 2 years ago? I had questions about that. The Giants, outside of my personal disdain for the Giants,
Thanks for being professional.
I don't believe in Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones, yes.
But Brian Dable obviously is doing something right, but we'll get to that. Hey. So all of that to say, hence the reason why I picked the Eagles. I was like, who the hell is Nick Sirianni, blah, 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 blah. Shut me up and shut a lot of people up. He is their coach. And I like what he did around Jalen Hurts, right? If the organization had questions around him,
they're gone now. If they have
they should be gone now because this young man has so much poise on and off the field. He took them to the playoffs, even though they beat a dominant, Tampa Bay. They didn't beat. They got beaten by a dominant Bucks team last year. Everybody knew that was going to happen. But that defense for the Eagles has stepped up. They might have one of the best O-lines. Okay? They are balling out of their minds right now.
I hear everything you're saying and I respect it.
You don't believe in them?
I need at least 5 weeks.
It's only week 2. It might be an overreaction.
Yeah, and it's fair if it's an overreaction. Nothing wrong with that.
Because they did just play the Vikings. They made the Vikings look
crazy.
I mean, Kirk Cousins. on prime time.
That's what it is. That's a lot of people do.
Kirk Cousins is 2-10 on prime
time. He doesn't perform well. He just doesn't perform.
I don't know what it is about those lights.
Sunday night, Thursday night,
don't
matter.
Monday night. When it was a COVID year and we had when COVID was heavy and we had football like Tuesday,
Wednesday, didn't matter. Any day of the week, he ain't showing up. Now let it be Sunday, either 1 or 4. He'll do his thing. He'll do his thing.
I will say that the Vikings defense, however, did step up in the second half and shut the Eagles down. But I've been saying last year, to me, the Vikings are just a quarterback away. That defense was crazy last year. To me, they have the pieces. I don't know, outside of Adam Thielen, I don't know where he at. A great coach and a good quarterback, and they're primed to take the NFC North.
Yes. Yeah, Kirk Cousins ain't going nowhere after they re-sign him.
They keep giving him money. Stop.
They don't have anybody else. Listen, they're not a large market. They're not a large market. Who is going to sign with them on their own free will? Listen.
NFL a business. They better start businessing it up.
It is. And the players look at it like, do I want to live in Minnesota? Do I want to live in cold ass Minnesota?
Do you want to be the quarterback, and do you want to take the team to where it's supposed to go? If it's prime and ready to go, plug and play, baby.
Yeah, some players don't look at it like that. Not every player is Von Miller.
Plug and play.
Not every player is Von Miller, you know?
Especially when you have an NFC North where, what's up with the Packers? What's up with them?
No weapons. That's the only thing I can say. He got his money. Aaron Rodgers got his money, and I'm pretty sure
because the Bears going to do what the Bears do and be a mess.
Yes, that's a fact. Minnesota still has no. You know what? I'm be honest with you. Even with the Packers looking the way they look, and they still gonna win the NFC North.
Unfortunately,
they'll get 10 wins, maybe not, but they're still winning the NFC North.
So with the new look Vikings, I had them coming out.
Oh, you had them winning the NFC North.
And then I saw them play, and I said, "It's the same old Kirk Cousins."
Yep.
It's the same old thing.
Kirk is okay.
Yeah, he is. Me and Jonathan get into this debate, and I'm sorry, I'm going to bring up Baker Mayfield because he is my standard for a mediocre quarterback. We get into this debate. Kirk Cousins is the definition of a mediocre quarterback. Like, it is. Like, with him, you know you're going to get what you're going to get, but when are the owners in Minnesota going to say, brother, enough is enough?
Hey, once again, nobody's going to sign to Minnesota on their own free will. Nobody.
That's our brother.
They gotta do something. They gotta do a sign and trade or something like that. Like, that's how Cleveland got Deshaun Watson. Cause who was gonna sign with Cleveland on their own free will? Nobody. If that's the case, they would have been had quarterbacks. Anybody trying to go over there?
I mean, they were a quarterback graveyard for years. Years.
And I don't think Minnesota's that too far behind.
That's not nice.
The truth is the truth. The truth don't gotta be nice.
It's a fact,
This is the truth.
That's
not too far behind.
All right, Miami.
And Baltimore, right?
First of all, I said Miami had the best roster on paper, but I did not think Miami was going to do what and it's only week 2.
Yeah.
I didn't think Miami was going to do what they was going to do.
I like them.
Because it's the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Because doubt around Tua, not only of his ability, but Tua's confidence. Tua ain't had no confidence the first 2 years.
Yeah.
And Mike McDaniel, his little swag that he has going on, he's a little quirky. He's different from the other coaches. And I kind of like that. Like, the more I listen to him talk and you see, I'm like smitten, right?
Yeah, I see.
He's just, I think he's a good fit for Tua. Maybe Tua needed that type of, like, a different type of approach.
Absolutely. He definitely needed logic with glasses. I ain't mad at him.
Logic with glasses. That's hilarious. I wish we had like a side-by-side. Like, that's
logic
hilarious.
And the coach, whatever his name is.
So they played the Patriots in the first week. So that's I'm not going to say it's not a meaningful win. I'm not going to say that. It was like they were expected. They usually beat the Patriots lately, whatever, in Miami. that Ravens win in Baltimore.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
To you, was that when like, yo, we're here, we've arrived?
Mm-hmm.
Was it Baltimore trying to figure out their identity? What's up with their secondary, their defense? Or is it both? Like, can two things be true?
I feel two things can be true. I really do believe that Baltimore secondary, there was too many blown coverages, especially in the second half.
They in trouble.
Both of Tyreek Hill's touchdowns was off blown coverages. I don't know if there was miscommunication within the
Tyreek
defensive
is
backs,
a monster.
but he was way too open. No safety, no rover, whatever they call their nickel corner. None of even there was nobody that picked him up, and I don't want to say they threw the game away because I don't want to take anything away from Miami.
Did they have a 21-point lead? Was that a 21-point deficit that they blew?
I believe it was 21. It was over 20. I don't know if it was 21, but it was definitely over 20. And, oh my goodness, Baltimore made a very, very, very big mistake. I don't believe they will continue to make that mistake.
No, because they're another team that gets better as the year goes on. But
Yeah.
Lamar is just a monster.
Yeah,
So.
his numbers will look good, and they're going to have to pay him. If not, somebody else will, because this is the last year of his contract.
And they're going to have to, and if he shines the way that he's going to shine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so he's smart on betting on himself.
Absolutely.
Tua look like a video game character, okay?
I'm glad
36
for
for
him,
50, 469 yards,
Tua deserves
6
this.
touchdowns. Now, is he going to be able to keep it? These numbers he might not keep up all year, but 4 tutties in the fourth quarter hasn't been done in 15 years, bro. He is just like...
Wow. A lot of people question his accuracy, arm strength. They questioned a lot. And when Tyreek Hill said what he said, no shade to, his whole boy, Patrick Mahomes, he meant what he said. He's like, listen, this guy's arm is accurate and it's strong. Like,
and you're gonna stand up for your quarterback, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, you're gonna say what you're gonna say, and yeah, the media ran with Tyreek again. He hears the outside noise. You hear rumors of Tom Brady or quarterback coming in to take over that organization. At first, it was Deshaun Watson. It was
that's true.
Joe Burrow. So. I don't want to talk about no Jets. I don't want to talk about no Dolphins. But Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill, first teammates in league history to have 10 receptions and 150 or more receiving yards in a game. They have the pieces. I want to know how their defense looks moving forward because their offense is primed and ready to go. Game 2, I was like, sneaky. I want to see how they play against the Bills this week. That's going to help me to
gauge them.
To put my stamp on them. Like, I have them as sneaky favorites in the AFC. Like how I had the Bengals
The Bills going
last
to win
year.
that game, but it's going to be a fight.
I'm going to keep it right. I had the Bengals and the Chargers last year, right? Because to me, they were like the same damn team. Plug and play. Like, you blink your eyes like the Spider-Man thing.
Spider-Man pointing fingers.
Oh, no, Jacoby Myers didn't practice on Wednesday because of a knee injury. Okay, womp womp. He's like the Patriots blanket, but womp womp. The run game.
Oh, for Miami?
No.
For Baltimore?
Yeah.
It's just Lamar. That's their run game.
No.
I mean, they need more.
Yeah,
but...
Gus Edwards have to come back. Who is the other one?
So he's still hurt? With J.K. Dobson? They both
Oh,
hurt?
J.K. Dobson, I had on my fantasy, and he was no bueno, so I had to... He's due to come back.
Bro, Lamar about to hit like 1,500
Kenyon
yards.
Drake is their
4,000.
leading rusher with 17 carries for only 39 yards, so that tells you.
Kenyon Drake? He left the Raiders? He went there?
You like he's still alive?
I didn't know he was still...
The Raiders have like 6 running backs, bro. They're on their Patriots stuff. They have like running back by committee outside of Josh Jacobs.
I mean, they got a boy who came from the Patriots.
Yeah, so I'm like, you know what? Let me just jump into the Raiders since we talking about that.
Sure.
I'm like, you might as well. I know it's early. It's only week 2.
Yes, I am.
But I'm like, bro, are Raiders fans tired of seeing Derek Carr, like, the little engine that could, like, you almost there, but you don't finish?
That's not his fault. That fumble was not his fault. Whoever that receiver was that fumbled the ball for the safety of the
Listen, you have Hunter Renfrow, who fumbled the ball. But you have Hunter
But they got
Renfrow.
the ball back when he fumbled.
You have Devontae Adams, who everybody know they're going to double, triple, whatever. Mm-hmm. You have other players. You have Darren Waller. You have 60 running backs.
Yes.
I was expecting to see him spread the... I mean, it's only week 2, so maybe that's coming along. Maybe this is like their preseason. They're trying to figure it out.
Yes.
Run the ball. Because in preseason, I'm like, oh, they look a little fire.
Yeah. The secondary, the second team looked a little fire probably. The second and third team, yeah. Those people who ain't touching the field right now.
I'm like, wait, you still in the league?
Yeah,
you still in the league?
Oh, man.
You still in the league? All right. Staying in the AFC West. These games were supposed to be... I was expecting all excitement. I'm all in because they have what looks to be the best division, the toughest division in NFL history. And these games are ugly.
I would be shocked if they let us down.
Ugly. That's what I was just telling Jonathan that. Ugly. What team were we just talking about? The Raiders and Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
If Kyler Murray can stay consistent and just do his thing, he is a problem. That team can be a problem.
Yeah, I got no faith in them. But yeah, I hear what you're saying, though.
I was the only person for the last, 3 years that had faith in them. Mm-hmm. But I did give them a 3 to 4 year window.
3 to 4 year window.
And that window has closed.
They got, my man needs to come back from that suspension. So
is he 6 games?
I don't remember. It's 4 to 6. I don't remember.
AJ Green's on that team?
Yes, but that don't mean nothing. Marquise Brown, another one. That don't mean nothing. They are okay at best.
Hollywood. I know Hollywood Brown said he didn't feel like he fit schematically in Baltimore. Mm-hmm. I don't see you
fitting schematically.
I don't see you doing.
They needed someone to replace Kirk.
Yeah, I just don't
Christian
see.
Kirk, I apologize.
I don't see it.
Probably as the season goes on, and they get their number one receiver back. I forgot his name. Then maybe they could look a little better, but I don't have too much faith in the Cardinals. I don't. I mean, they could fight for a wild card spot, but I don't think they're gonna get it.
I think the Cardinals are a unique team.
That's fair.
Offensively.
I like your optimism.
And if you let Kyler do his thing, and if they play how they're meant to be played, where did he come from? Texas Tech? If you play, if his style of playing and winning is
No, I think he was from A&M and then he went to Oklahoma.
Oh, yes. Okay, Texas A&M. If your style of playing is that wild, crazy college, whatever works, because it's like when they try to run those typical NFL offensive schemes, it just doesn't work for them.
Okay.
They're unique. Let him, what he did, how they played against the Raiders, that's what works for them.
Backyard football.
If it worked for you.
And that shit ain't gonna fly when it comes to the playoffs.
If they even get that far.
If they even get that far. Because I said I don't even think they're gonna get that far.
If they even get that far.
So,
Chiefs Chargers.
Ooh.
Can we just say Asante Samuel Jr. caught that damn interception? Okay? That they had to review 30 times to say that he didn't. And did the ball, did the ground, hit the ball. Bro, he caught it.
Not to the ref size.
No, the refs, they don't even trust the refs no more. They don't even let the refs look. They send it to Jersey.
They send it to Jersey. They send it to
New York.
Secaucus. They send it to Secaucus.
That game. So Justin Herbert, my guy, fractured rib cartilage. Cartilage. You another one with the health and wellness and know what's going on. Fractured rib cartilage. Mm-hmm. Is that still is it day to day, out for extended amount of time? What we talking about?
I don't know what his doctors are gonna say, and I wouldn't trust his doctors too much because Tyrod Taylor's suing them. Tyrod Taylor's suing them.
The same doctors that punctured the lungs.
Punctured his lungs. I don't really know if you want to trust their opinion.
Okay, so he's out. We have Chase Daniel. If he's out,
Okay.
Chase Daniel's the backup.
They ain't winning no damn games with Chase Daniel the backup. Sweet Jesus. All right.
And I like the Chargers in the AFC West.
Yeah, they were definitely going to make some noise, especially with Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack. They was definitely going to pressure every single last quarterback, I feel.
Justin Herbert is the guy. They're not letting him, if they can help it, they're going to try everything in their power to get that man back probably way sooner than later.
Yeah, they're going to tape his ribs. He'll be fine.
Yeah, like they did, what's my man's? Drew Brees.
Drew Brees? Oh, yeah.
Like they did. My man's Chiefs defense looks good.
Yeah, their defense.
My only thing, again, this is me nitpicking. It's only week 2. My only thing about the Chiefs, obviously, like you have, oh my gosh,
In the defense?
coach.
Oh, Andy Reid.
You have Andy Reid, like
wrong
one of the
with
best.
Reid?
No, I'm saying one of the best.
one of the
So
best. Okay.
I'm not counting them out. I learned my lesson from last year. I just want to see if Patrick Mahomes, and it's just me nitpicking, right? Like I was nitpicking on the Bills, whatever. Can he sustain throwing it to, exaggeration here, people, 30 different receivers who only get like 2 yards the entire game? Like, can he sustain that?
With no Tyreek Hill is what I'm hearing right now. I mean, I look at it as long as they have Kelsey, they have a surefire receiver, pass catcher who could play on the inside and the outside. So the others, as long as they do their jobs, they're fine. Because when you look at how NFL defenses are stacked up, they usually run a 4-2-5, meaning they don't have a linebacker. They tend to have exchange that linebacker with a rover or an overhang player, like a fifth defensive back, right? So now what teams tend to do to try to cover the spread is they have these 5 defensive backs. So now you have like they tend to play a lot of zone. So if those receivers can find soft spots in the zones, they will be fine.
You need your own segment. We need the X's and O's. You need to stand. I love it. You need to stand up. The X. Do that again. Do it again.
Do it again. Yeah. Honestly, like, for example, when you were talking about so Philadelphia. If you look at what Philadelphia did with Minnesota, Darius Slay had to play a lot of man on Jefferson.
He is a dog.
What Green Bay did, trying to play zone, Justin Jefferson ate them up.
But Green Bay defense is hot or not, and we know that. Well, actually, they poo-poo. But I digress. Go ahead.
So if
Go ahead, play, coach.
when it comes down, all right. When it comes down to teams playing, either they tend to, like I said, they play a 4-2-5 or they'll play a 3-3-5 depending on who their defensive tackle is, right? If they have a defensive nose tackle, they'll play a 3-3-5. If they have 2 defensive tackles, then they play a 4-2-5. And like I said, those receivers from Kansas City.
I really want to stop you and have you break it down to the people who are watching this that may not know, like the schematic schemes of these defenses.
I'm sorry. A 4-2. So the 4 is the defensive lineman.
5 linemen, 2 linebackers.
Because I know he's going to go in. He is going to go in.
I apologize.
We'll make a segment for the early
Football 101. Football 101.
The first number is the lineman, the second number is the linebackers, and the third number is the defensive back. So when it's here 4-2-5, that's the lineman, linebackers, defensive back. 3-3-5.
I'm like smiling from like ear to ear. I'm smiling from ear to ear over here.
So because many teams play zone, all they got to do is find soft spots and sit in the zone. Not many teams are going to try to play man on Kansas City receivers unless it's Travis Kelce. So they will be fine. I understand why they traded him away. I don't think it was a good idea to trade him away, but I understand why they did it.
Before I found out the quote unquote real reason for trading him away.
What was the quote unquote reason?
Issues in the locker room. Alleged. These are the alleged reports. Issues in the locker room. Tyreek Hill being a diva about the reps he's getting or lack thereof, and blah, 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 blah.
Really?
And, they didn't want that culture in the locker room. I personally thought
I guess not.
that was a good move in the long run. Not for the immediate short term, but I kind of saw the vision. But I was the same person that said, when did my boy sign that major contract, Patrick?
Patrick?
Like 2 years ago?
I believe so.
I also told Jonathan, the first thing I said was, there's no way, unless he restructures his contract, like Brady, when he was, in New England and taking chump change to keep everybody, that they were going to be able to keep all those players. And I thought actually the first player that was going to go would have been a Travis Kelce over, because Travis is older.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And ability to sustain that high level of play, right? Which he is doing regardless.
Yeah, he's
so.
Insane. But I guess he's
that was my logic. So to your point, we'll see if that's a good move.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I just feel like the Kansas City Chiefs, they will be fine. They will possibly put up 10 wins because their offense isn't going to lose that much of a step because Tyreek Hill is gone. He was a phenomenal fit for sure, but it's not like the man was running routes that brung him inside a lot of times. He got a lot of plays going on the outside.
If you ask me, I say he run the same route.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times he would. And they would motion him around a lot. He was, then again, let me not do that because the man did have like 109 receptions.
He nice.
He is a good receiver.
Nice.
He is I don't want to downplay him. I don't want to make it sound like, oh, it's good, he's gone. But I don't feel like their offense would miss that much of a beat with him.
I feel like they won
players.
in spite of him. They didn't win because of him.
Yes, thank you. I think that's I agree with you. Yes, that's exactly what that is. And I feel like Kansas City organization knows that. Or feel that at least.
I feel like we talking about every team in the AFC West because they are the AFC West is that division with all the hype. Denver Broncos, my first episode, I had them and the Chargers. I kept flip-flopping between which team would come out the AFC West as number one, right? I know everybody has the Chiefs, and they're like, you're crazy, the Chiefs. I literally would flip-flop between, I'm like, Russ has that Russ effect. He's going to bring everybody together. And then the Chargers got better. Period,
yes,
especially on defense, and that's what they needed.
Yeah, they needed.
We know the Chiefs. You have Andy Reid. That's all you really need, if I'm being clear. And then I'm like, ooh, the Raiders look so shiny because they have all the toys that Josh McDaniels can play with mad scientists. Yeah. But the Broncos ain't looking.
So far in 2 weeks, no, they're not. Because, quite frankly, that first game, they should not have lost against the Seahawks. I don't know what's up with modern day football with them going forward on fourth down when they're like at fourth and goal. I don't understand that. If they had made, I think it was in the second quarter, if they had made a field goal when they didn't convert, if they had made the field goal, took the field goal and made it, rather than not converting on the fourth down, they would have won the game.
And then ironic when I would put the ball in Russ' hands and see what happens on fourth and fifth. You listen to your kicker or you make the coaching decision to kick beyond 60 yards. Like, who does that?
Now you want to kick beyond 60 yards.
Who does that?
Yeah, I don't know what he's thinking. I listen, I'm not about to sit here and make it sound like I'll be a better coach than him. But
in that instance, I can say that for a fact. And no disrespect to Nathaniel Hackett. Like, he is... He got that head coaching job for a reason, right?
Yeah.
He is known for his offensive prowess on other organizations. Like, if he's nervous, you got to get them nerves out, baby boy, because
that is true.
You're not going to last. Russ is going to stay. You will be gone by next season.
That is very true.
Because that Walmart family, they know they not playing.
They done bought into Russ. What, a 5-year, $200-something million
They're not
deal?
playing.
They didn't buy into Daniel Hackett like that.
And I think the most ironic thing, and I think it's going to happen, I don't want it to happen, they didn't let Russ cook in Seattle, and it's looking like
They're not going to let him.
they're not going to let Russ cook in Denver. And I know Russ says the right thing, does the right thing, but there's times he needs to take charge in the game. Yeah. Because they won week 2, right? Who did they
Against
play?
Houston. I believe they won that game.
Barely, maybe.
Yeah.
Did they win?
were
I can't remember.
down,
But yes, barely
Houston.
won, but it didn't.
It was like 20-9 or something like that.
It was very like,
You expected a beat down. I get it.
it was, ugh.
Yeah, and they didn't put up a lot of points until the third or fourth quarter, from my understanding. 16-9.
And last year their defense was legit. You just wasn't, you people just weren't paying attention to them because they weren't winning.
Yeah, and you can't win without a quarterback. So they have that quarterback now, and I know the whole like let Russ cook situation.
No, Russ is not cooking. He's not cooking at all. But okay, fantasy football. Can we talk about how I'm 5 for 6 this week? Yes, I'm in 6 leagues. Don't even ask when I really just wanted to be in 2. Things just got kind of out of hand. Yeah, they got kind of out of hand. I'm 5 for 6. No, this week I was 4 for 6. I'm not going to lie. Last week I was 5 for 6. But why do I keep losing in my own damn league?
It happens.
My team is official. Last week, Joe Burrow underperformed.
Yikes.
Like, what is going on here?
I don't know. That's a good question. Fantasy is tricky, let me tell you. That thing is tricky. That's why I stayed away from it for so long.
What's your record in the league? What you doing?
1-1.
That's better than me. I'm 0-2.
You're 0-2.
What the hell? My own shit. What's going on here?
That's a good question. I mean, it's...
And the only reason I lost the first week, and I'm going to look at the camera, because the person I lost, you know what I'm talking about.
Yikes.
6 leagues was a little OD. I forgot to take out George Kittle, so that was on me, because I was whooping ass. Okay, I forgot to switch him out, but I digress. Let's do a fantasy stardom sit-em.
Sure.
Feel free to dive in.
Absolutely.
It's time for fantasy football. Stardom and sit-em. We are going to start Matt Stafford against the Cardinals this week. The Cardinals have allowed the most fantasy points to quarterbacks early on.
Okay. Matt Stafford's going to eat him alive.
He's going to
so
eat.
good.
Running backs. I would start David Montgomery.
Against who?
He rushed for 122 yards while averaging 8 yards. Like after the carry.
Okay.
David Montgomery is actually gonna play. The Bears are playing who? The Texans.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, he about to eat them.
Yeah, so he's gonna eat. And do you know the Texans have allowed an average of more than 28 points per game to running backs since week 13 in 2021? So whoever got David Montgomery, he should eat. Okay. Wide receivers, I would start. Listen to me, people. I'm looking at the camera. I've had Drake London on my bench for 2 weeks, and I have learned my lesson. I am starting him moving forward. Last week, he was on my bench with 24 points.
Start him.
Sick. Do you hear me?
You should be.
I was sick.
They got London on the track.
Tight ends. Who do you have? I was kind of iffy with this. I have Dallas Goedert on one of my teams, and he's been doing well because you know that boy Jalen Hurts is showing love.
Yeah. He just needs to.
They play the Cowboys this week, I believe, right?
Oh, really?
No. Giants play the Cowboys. They play the Commanders.
Oh, they play the Commanders?
Yeah, so I would definitely
Put him started.
Yeah. Kickers. I would start Ryan Suckup.
Oh, I got him.
You got him?
Yeah.
And he's been doing good for you.
Man, listen.
The most solid thing on Tampa these last 2 weeks.
Listen.
What you been averaging?
He been putting up like 10 points a week for me.
Yeah.
10 plus.
How that?
Yeah, I know. I got him.
I got him.
That's right.
Okay. I got Young Goku. He's been doing his thing for me in Atlanta. That's my guy.
Oh, Young.
Yeah.
What's his name again?
Young Hoku.
Young Hoku. Okay.
Come on, don't do it like that.
I'm pretty sure he would not appreciate Young Hoku. What's up with all this? He wouldn't appreciate that.
I didn't do that.
He would not appreciate that. Okay? I'm just saying.
I didn't do all that, okay?
Okay. let's rewind the camera. Wait, go ahead.
Anyway, Ryan Suckup this year is the 5th best kicker in fantasy. You
Oh,
better,
really?
Yeah, you better.
Oh, he ain't getting dropped.
Yo, he ain't getting dropped. You was going to drop it. You was going to stream him on.
He ain't getting dropped.
Defenses. Okay. The Bucks against Green Bay.
Okay.
Niners against Denver. Definite starts.
Yeah. Wait, Niners against Denver? You want to put Niners starting?
Oh,
Okay.
because the way Russ been looking.
Well, he probably might turn up. I hope. Well, let me not say hope not. But who's the other option?
Guys, Bucks against Green Bay. The Bucks defense.
Nah, I'll take the Bucks defense over. I'll take the Bucks.
Because they're starting against Aaron Rodgers.
Mm-hmm.
They're playing at home.
Yeah. They're Aaron Rodgers is not going to have a good game. I feel.
Aaron Rodgers looks defeated when he talks about his receiving core. I'm like, bro, it's too early. You can feel that way, but you don't have to let us know.
Well, is he really wrong? Look at what he's had his whole career. You know, he's had, I think, Donald Driver later on in his career. He's had Jordy Nelson. He's had Greg Jennings. He had Devontae Adams.
If you're going to be one of the greatest of all time, which he's not, he's probably the best of all time, but not the greatest, so everybody get that right.
Mm-hmm.
You can't act like that in public, okay?
I guess he feel like
you need to.
You know them old people that don't give a damn about nothing no more?
And that's him. Okay, all right.
They don't give a damn about nothing no more.
Okay.
They just say how they feel.
Well, he don't never give a shit, and everybody just let him rock. But don't get me started. We gonna sit him. We gonna sit Aaron Rodgers,
Fair.
okay? Because
Fair.
he's had a combined 20 points
Ooh, 20.
these 2 weeks.
That's crazy. He's sitting on my bench.
Yeah, I had to bench him and start somebody else. I don't even know why I picked him up, but Devin Singletary for running backs. The Bills. Remember I said he's splitting carries. I don't know what the deal is. They're playing the Dolphins, and I don't know how that matchup is going to be. Is it going to be close? Is it going to be one-sided? So to be safe, I would sit him.
Okay.
To be safe, since he's not the guy and he's splitting carries, I would sit him.
Fair. No, that's fair.
Wide receivers, if you have Adam Thielen on your team, I don't know what to tell you. He's been missing for 3 years, okay?
Yeah.
Drop him, pick up somebody, but he's not it. Tight ends. I actually have Mike Gesicki in one of my 6 leagues. He was a no-show in week 1. He kind of did his thing in week 2. Well, he obviously did do his thing in week 2. But this week, they're playing the Buffalo Bills. So I will sit him again. I need to see who my backup is. Or I need to streamline somebody.
Might as well.
Kickers. Old boy from Denver Broncos, I would sit.
McManus, his name?
Brandon McManus.
Yeah.
Niners, they're playing the Niners, who have allowed just 1 fantasy point per game to opposing kickers.
Really? Oh, shoot.
Yeah, you know that real life, and then when you look at the fantasies, it's just
hitting it.
just a little different. Defense that I would sit, and I have these bastards. Sorry, maybe that's a strong word. The goddamn Colts. They've been giving me donuts for the first 2 weeks.
With the defense?
What?
Oh, wow, you better than what? What the hell did you see in that?
Because their defense was so legit last year. What?
Yeah.
And I feel bad for anybody that got Jonathan Taylor. I really want to know what his numbers are the first 2 weeks. Maybe they're figuring it out.
No, the first week he did good. I think
Okay.
he had 10 plus points, 15 plus points. But last week, not even.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm sorry, Jonathan. You're still a thing. That defense, though, what the hell?
Yeah, I don't know.
Where is the Colts? Where are the Colts?
Where's Matt Ryan? My man had 3 picks last week, bro. Who they lose to? Wait, didn't they lose to the Jags at one point?
Okay, so here's the
Wait a
thing,
minute.
right? I should have picked the Jags off of the simple fact that the Jags have the Colts numbers the last 7, 8, or 9 games that they've played, but Matt Ryan has always had the Jags number. So I'm like, should I go Achilles heel thing, or Matt Ryan's gonna come in? I don't know. The Jags own the Colts lately. They just do.
I mean, they could have swore they beat them, no? Didn't the Colts face the Jags or something like that? Because they 0-1-1. They tied week 1 and then they lost week 2.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about that AFC South, all right?
Hey.
Texans, trash. Okay? Colts are supposed to come out that thing swinging. Okay.
Yeah, I have faith in Matt
What's that
Ryan.
other team? Oh, Texans, Colts, Jaguars. What's the fourth team?
Texans? Wait, you said the Texans. my
AFC
bad.
South. Oh my gosh,
Texans,
I am
Colts.
blanking.
Jaguars.
Okay, when it pops up in my mind, you're
Because I don't
terrified.
remember either.
Titans. Yes.
Yeah, Texans,
so you have
Titans,
a
Colts,
Titans.
Jackins,
yes.
yeah.
So you have a Titans team that's rebuilding.
Yeah.
The Colts are supposed to come out. They look like the key favorites.
I do think at some point they'll turn it around.
Yes.
At some point. They'll win like
And
9
hopefully
games.
sooner than the Jaguars turn it around. Because if the Jaguars get momentum with Doug Peterson as that coach
Mm-hmm.
and Trevor Lawrence starts showing any signs of being that generational quarterback, James Robinson gets to going.
Mm-hmm.
You have Travis Etienne also get to going. And whatever receivers and
Christian Kirk is one of them.
that's okay. I can easily see that thing switching, or that whole division is mediocre and whoever makes it out makes it out
I feel like they're going to fight the Colts for
for a number one seed.
the AFC South crown. I do feel like they'll fight the Colts.
The Colts need to get it together, or Matt Ryan, my friend, I'm sorry, you are done up.
I do still have some faith in Matt Ryan. It's early, but
You got faith in Matt Ryan, but you don't have faith in
Who?
Kyler Murray?
Kyler Murray. Yeah, let's see. Listen. Kyler Murray.
I'm so sorry. Everybody that sits in this chair either disrespects Russ or they disrespect Kyler Murray. These guys get no respect.
Kyler
respect.
Murray. He. Yeah, no. Nah, I don't really have too much faith in Kyler Murray. I don't know why. Listen, I understand the Cardinals took back the clause in his contract, but why would they put the clause of you got to watch game film?
If you want to take it there, is it a racial
That's
thing? Is
wild.
Is it a racial thing? If you want to take
I
it
ain't
there?
never saw that for Deshaun Watson's contract. I ain't never saw that as a possible stipulation for Lamar Jackson's contract. I ain't never saw that Russell
But
Wilson's
if we're talking
contract.
about underlying things, it's a whole nother episode. Let's not get
Yeah,
into
okay,
it.
that's fair,
If
that's
you
fair.
want to talk about it,
That's
it may
fair.
not be in Lamar Jackson's contract, but look at Lamar's numbers. Look at Josh Allen numbers. Everybody's still questioning Lamar, but Josh Allen is the next coming of Dan Marino, Tom Brady, and everybody and their mother.
Yeah.
Okay, then let's table that for another episode. Let's table the mic.
I mean, my man ain't really throw for 4,000 yards. Though. Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen is doing that. You know what I
Let's
mean?
bring up the stats. Let's bring up the stats for the next episode.
I'm not saying that Lamar Jackson is a terrible quarterback. I'm just saying that I can understand why some people are saying what they're saying. Can it be racially motivated? If you want to look at it that way, that's fine.
Okay. No. You drink too much? You ain't drink at all.
I didn't touch any of that.
Because Lamar is nice.
I'm not saying he isn't. He definitely is. But when he starts throwing for 4,000 yards, that'll shut people up. He won MVP, which he deserved.
Give me some Lamar stats. What else does this man have to do?
I just said, throw 4,000 yards. I just said it, 4,000 yards. That will shut people. I'm not saying that will shut me up. I'm saying I can understand where they're coming from. They're looking at what
You
a
see my
quarterback is
face?
supposed to do.
If he's not your traditional
That's what they're looking
quarterback,
for. That's what they're looking for.
okay, Lamar Jackson has helped change the landscape of a quarterback. Everybody want a little quarterback they're scrambling at.
Yeah, they do. They do want that.
He is that team. He is that guy.
Yes, and he deserves fully guaranteed money.
Okay.
And he'll get it.
Don't talk about Lamar.
I ain't say nothing negative about Lamar.
Don't talk.
Okay.
What we doing here? Let's get these game picks because you got to go.
Okay.
You might not come back. I don't know.
This is what happens when you show understanding. This is what happens when you show understanding. I see. Okay. I'll just keep my mouth shut. Let's go to the game picks.
What Jonathan said? I get like-minded people like me. I'm showing him right. Steelers, Browns. Who you got?
Oh, Steelers.
Okay.
I got the Steelers, for sure.
Bills, Dolphins, I think, game of the week.
Ooh, absolutely, I got the Bills. It's going to be close, but the Bills are going to win. They're going to win the AFC East.
Bengals, Jets.
Bengals and Jets? I really think the Bengals might get that.
First of all, I should be making my picks, too. I'm just having him go down the list, right?
Let you know at the end of the list.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, who do you got? Wait,
have
let's go back to the Dolphins. I'm sorry.
Steelers, Browns.
Yeah, I take that back. I got the Browns.
I
take
have
back
the
Steelers.
Browns.
Yeah, I
They're
take
playing
that back.
in
Pittsburgh? Or they're playing Cleveland?
Cleveland.
Okay.
They're playing
So
Cleveland.
I got Cleveland too then. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Bills, Dolphins. Can I table that? Psych. I have the Bills.
Mm-hmm.
I might table that. That game is a Sunday. It got to be prime time.
It better.
It better be Sunday night. 1 p.m.
It's 1 p.m. Yeah.
Well, it might be. You know, lately the 1 p.m. game has been better than
Yeah, in
the.
the prime time.
They've been the
Yeah,
prime
that's
time
true.
game.
That is true.
Bengals at the Jets. At this point, I'm gonna pick the Bengals. Hopefully, they redeem themselves at MetLife.
Yeah, hopefully.
Raiders,
Looking good.
Titans. I got the
I
Raiders.
got the Raiders too.
Saints at Carolina. I have the Saints.
I have the Saints as well. The Carolina Panthers are home? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I still got the Saints.
I said that with a lot of hesitation. I believe Jameis Winston can come back. I believe that defense will have fire from the week prior, and they will do their thing. Ravens at Patriots. I mean, let's be real here. I never go against the Patriots.
That's fair. I'll take the Ravens. I'll take the Ravens.
Lions at Vikings. I feel like this is a trap game.
Lions at Vikings?
So I'm going to go Lions. I feel like it's a trap game.
Yeah, I'll take the Lions as well.
Eagles at Commanders. I mean, Jalen Hurts. Duh.
Yeah.
Chiefs at Colts. I mean, the way the Colts defense been missing, and Matt
Chiefs.
Ryan nowhere to be found.
Chiefs.
I'm going Chiefs. Texans at the Bears. This is like, who gives a crap?
I'm gonna take the Texans.
Yeah, you struggling to pick because who
Yeah,
cares?
nobody.
Coin toss.
Yeah, sure. Who you got?
Bears.
Bears? Yeah.
Texans.
I got the Texans.
Mills. David Mills versus
Justin Fields.
no O-line.
For either. This is gonna be a very sloppy game. Very sloppy game. Very unentertaining game. You know, it'd be funny if they both put up like 30 points.
The Texans have Brandon Cooks.
Oh, he's still there?
Actually, I drafted him in like the last round in one of the
Last
leagues.
round of one of your
And he
leagues.
actually been putting up points on my bench.
Really?
Yeah, so maybe I'll do Texans.
Yeah. Texas might get a win.
I need to. Damn, that sucks. Jaguars at Chargers. I'm going Chargers.
Yeah, I gotta go Chargers.
If Justin Fields comes back, I'm going Chargers. Rams at Cardinals. This is tricky.
Rams at the Cardinals.
I usually pick the Cardinals to beat the Rams, and they usually show up for you, girl.
I'm taking the Rams.
10 toes.
Oh, Kyler Murray.
I do rock with Kyler Murray.
If everybody in this seat disrespect Kyler Murray. Everybody in this seat must bang with Kyler Murray.
10 toes down.
10 toes.
The Rams defense is. I know it's only week 3. I feel like they're still getting their footing though, because they were like, yeah.
Yeah, the Bills. Well, you know the Rams, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Bills.
The Rams defense
they didn't
is
show
just
up.
like,
But Atlanta, they did good.
yeah, and Atlanta came back.
Yes, that's true. Shit, good point. I'm just looking at they won the game. You're right, Atlanta did.
I'm gonna do Cardinals for now.
Okay.
Probably say Packers, Bucks. Obviously, I'm going Bucks. Who you got?
Bucks. Yeah, Packers.
Falcons, Seahawks. Who cares?
Falcons, Seahawks. I got the Seahawks.
I was gonna do Falcons, but are they playing in Seattle?
That's a good question. Oh, really? I still got Seahawks.
So I have Seahawks. Jamal Adams done.
For the season with that quad tendon tear.
Okay, stop hitting the table.
Sorry.
Such a mother's eye on the table. Niners, Denver, Broncos.
The Niners versus... I'm going to take the Broncos.
I'm taking Jimmy G and them.
I'm going to take the Broncos, yeah.
Cowboys, Giants.
Ooh, I got the Cowboys.
At home?
Yeah. Oh, Giants is
Oh,
home?
it's at MetLife. That's true.
Oh, wait a minute. And that's a good one.
Michael Parsons is the guy.
He's looking like it.
They were comparing him to Lawrence Taylor, but I want to.
Yeah, that's going to make a lot of old folks mad.
Oh, fuck you compared him. Who you got?
I got the Cowboys.
Still?
Yeah.
As much as it pains me to say this,
might be
it pains me.
the Giants. You got
The Giants been grinding out these ugly wins, which I think is going to give them the confidence they need to come up and surprise people in the NFC East. They win in ugly, dirty games.
Ugly, dirty games. The win's a win.
I got the Giants.
Okay.
All right. Well, appreciate you.
I appreciate you, buddy.
I appreciate you, Mr. Thoughtful.
Oh, you're very
Mr.
welcome.
Insight.
You're very welcome.
All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to follow us on Podcast Under Review on Instagram. And you can follow me at MZ Danache, DANACHE. Ed, do you have an Instagram handle or no social media?
Nah, I don't got none of those.
We're going to see you guys next week. Later, guys. Yo, you're funny as hell.
I ain't fucking no strays. Me cover, no way. I won't even bother if she ain't been through a whole phase. Trust and make you grow grace. Cool niggas that throw shade. Backstab.